Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Trainer Talk. Today is episode 23. We're going to be talking about how progress goes beyond what you can see. Most people just try to focus on the scale or their measurements, how their pants fit, whatever it is. Most of the time, it's just they shoot for this goal weight number. If they're not seeing that weight go down or whatever their goal is, then they don't think that they're making any kind of progress. And we just want to explain to you guys that there are a lot of different things that can happen and that you can progress in other than the scale. So we're going to kind of talk back and forth on things that you guys can focus on so you can see your progress in other areas than just weight on the scale. Okay?
So first thing is becoming more aware and knowledgeable about health and fitness, because a lot of people come in and they don't really know what exercises do what to grow muscles, or how do you lose fat, and different things about what you're putting in your body and what kind of training you're putting your body through. People start to learn a lot more about that. It's a whole journey of knowing that, okay, you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight, or a calorie surplus to gain weight or muscle, and then how much protein you need to eat. All these little things of just acquiring the knowledge over years. I mean, we've all went through that as trainers of first we didn't really know anything about health and fitness, and we kind of fall for the fads of, whatever trendy diet, or carbs are bad, or whatever, that kind of thing. And then we keep adding on to our knowledge, and there's always so much to learn out there. So just kind of acknowledging that and looking back is to say, oh, I didn't know about this a year ago. Wasn't able to look at food and say, oh, okay, so this is my protein. I get about 30 grams here from my chicken. Get some veggies, get some fats. Put about 2 tablespoons of fats, and then you get your cup of rice, and about how many calories, or what you're getting from each thing. So I'm getting nutrients from the broccoli, and different vitamins and minerals and all this good stuff. And you wouldn't have known that if you didn't take the time to learn that, or start that journey.
So instead of just focusing on that end number that you want to get to, understanding that, oh, I'm learning about nutrition, I'm learning about good healthy carbs, healthy proteins, healthy fats, I'm getting, I'm able to get more of those into my lifestyle. So that is a unit of measurement. You're making progress in your nutrition, and that is what will ultimately lead to that end goal that you really want. So start focusing on the process and acknowledging things that you're learning and things that you're implementing. And as you start to do that, you will tend to stress out a lot less about, oh, I'm not losing the weight, but I'm eating better, and I know how many grams of protein I'm getting, I know how many calories I'm eating. Those are all units of measurement that are going to lead you to your end goals. So that's kind of what she meant by that.
Yeah, there's so many different ways to look at your progress without looking at the scale. Just look at your energy levels and your mood. I think those are two of the biggest things, and that people notice right away. Literally the second after you get done with the workout, that's probably the first thing that you can notice, is you will have increased energy levels. You will be in a better mood. I know, for example, there's some days that I don't get to a workout until 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night. I am exhausted by the time I get to start my workout, but as soon as I finish my workout, I have so much more energy. I'm in such a better mood. If I wasn't in such a good mood, if I had a long day, I notice if I work out first thing in the morning, I have more energy throughout the rest of my day. That's progress. Those are just little things, having more energy to take care of people at your home, your kids, being in a better mood, going home to your significant other and your kids, and not taking your crappy work day and taking that mood home, but instead changing that attitude, changing that mood after you've gotten your workout done, and taking that home instead. So that's a huge progress indicator that you can look at the second you get done with your workout.
Yeah, and kind of going along with that, with mood and energy, your mental resiliency also can improve, and that's a great form of progress. So things that might have been really stressful or kind of challenged you and led you down the wrong path to do something that you kind of regret, like working out and eating better, not kind of, but really helps with that. I've seen it in clients. I've seen them have really stressful work weeks where they get put on overtime and they get way more hours than they want, and they get moved around shifts, things like that that are really stressful, and they can take it a lot better because they're getting in the gym, they're getting that stress out, and I think that's one of the best things about working out and eating a little bit better. Going along with that though, daunting things don't seem as daunting once you get stronger mentally and physically. Like going up 10 flights of stairs because you don't feel like, or the elevator's full or something, and like that might have seemed like a year ago you couldn't have done it, and now it's kind of easy. That's something that's really cool to measure. Maybe carrying in all the groceries because no one wants to make 2 trips, and things like that. Like I like those forms of progress way more than I like looking at the scale or even like measurements. Those are tools that are good to help kind of measure progress, but not the only way. There's so many different ways, and I say to focus on the little things because that's ultimately what matters anyway.
Yeah, I love that you said that because I really like when people come in and they say, I was able to, do just as much as my husband or my kids. Like I was able to pick them up and carry them, or I was able to lift something up and put it away in the shelves that I couldn't before. Like small little things that you just do on a daily basis that become easier, and that just makes life easier. And a couple of examples, we're doing a challenge right now, and I had some really cool progress that I've never heard before from people other than the scale, and it meant a lot to me, and I was really excited about it. Because I like when people get excited about different units of measurement. And so the one girl, for example, started out week 1, she didn't think that she could jog for 5 minutes, and she did 5 minutes. And then the next week she did 10, and the next week she did 20, and then next week she did 30 minutes jogging on the treadmill. So just being able to do a longer duration of something, anything, any kind of activity is a huge win for someone. This was really cool. Never heard this before in my life. Lady came right in, super, super excited. She said, when I had to have my spine fused, my back surgery, I could no longer snap my fingers, and now I can snap my fingers. And then she was really excited about that. It's something that she couldn't do that she could now do because she was strong enough and she felt better. So like even, you might have your own units of measurement. Try to think about things that you care about that you might not be able to do, that you used to be able to do, and then hopefully work toward being able to do them again. And then once you are able to, you feel that much better. And you kind of tend to not worry so much about the initial goal in the first place, which might have been, I want to lose 20 pounds or whatever it could have been. You're going to notice a lot of other changes in a lot of different areas. And we want to try to get you guys to think about those and notice them and acknowledge them, because that is ultimately what will, like I said, lead to better results in the long run. So,
yeah, you can also go for measurements in the gym. Like a lot of people, we have our PR board up there, and everyone's super excited when they get to lift more weight than they did before. Even if they haven't, sometimes they're like, I don't know, I don't feel super strong today, or I'm sore, or they have all these different things, and then they end up PRing by 15, 20 pounds, and there's better feelings in the world probably, but it feels pretty good to PR and beat what you did before, and that's a very big measurement of okay, I am getting stronger, and this is working, and I'm putting in the time and effort, and it's really amounting to something. That's a biggest thing of you come in day after day, and slowly just kind of builds up over time. And also changing your mindset about different things and goals. If you see someone else that's doing something really, really well, or they're getting PRs or something like that, set that as a goal to aspire to be more like them, but not necessarily don't let yourself get discouraged by that because I'm weaker than them, or my diet isn't as good as theirs, and I don't have the willpower like they do. Try to refrain from comparing yourself to them, because everyone's on their different journey. Everyone's able to do different things. What one person can lift, another probably can't, just because everyone's different. And comparing yourself to who you were a month ago or a year ago is even better, because you can see such changes in a year. It's crazy to for me to just look back and I've gained so much knowledge and so much fitness in just a year. So really taking the time to reflect and be grateful for where you are right now, even if it's not where you want to be, but just be mindful and try to change your mindset about that.
I think one thing, like going along with that, is to remember that we are trying to teach you a lifestyle change. So a lot of people will say they want to lose however many pounds, 20 pounds. Okay, but what happens when you do lose that 20 pounds? Are you just done and you no longer need to take care of yourself? No, we want to teach you that you need to keep going and you need to set a new goal and check your progress in a different way. You know, with this being a lifestyle, there's going to be ups and downs in life. There's going to be ups and downs on the scale, and that's why you cannot just look at that. My own personal story, I lost about like 15, 20 pounds when I first started working out, and then I started doing more weightlifting stuff, and I started to put that weight back on, but it was no longer putting on fat, it was putting on muscle. So that is why you cannot look at the scale. I hate the scale. I think it's just a piece of crap for the most part.
Throw it in the trash.
Throw it in the trash. No. Because for example, like say this is, and this might not be exact measurements, but say my water bottle is a pound of fat, and then my phone would look more like a pound of muscle. So a pound of fat and a pound of muscle are going to look totally different on your body. A pound of fat is going to look big on your body. A pound of muscle is going to look like smaller, more like this on your body. So the scale may say you're going up in weight, but you're still going to look slimmer than you did when you had the fat on your body. And again, we don't want to talk too much about the scale. We're trying to talk about things other than the scale, but I did just want to make that point that that is the reason we are trying to get you away from the scale, because it's crap and it doesn't measure all of your progress. We want you to make this a lifestyle. You're going to have ups and downs. You know, you might go through seasons where you're not perfect and things happen in your life, and so you do put on a little bit of weight again, and maybe it is fat again, and we want you to know that that's okay. Those things happen, but you don't give up. You keep on going, you keep on progressing, you keep on working towards a new goal that does not have to do with the scale.
Yeah, kind of going along with what she was talking about, the difference between muscle and fat. When you start to eat better and exercise, you're going to decrease the inflammation in your body too, which has a ton of benefits. Like when people will say, oh, you're glowing, and it's literally because their skin is way more clear due to less inflammation and like less, I guess, clogging of pores with bad things. Like that's a really cool measurement of progress that I think other people see and notice right away, and maybe you don't, and you kind of take for granted. So I think kind of focusing on that. Another form of progress that I really love to hear, especially kind of from an older clientele, is like their joints feeling better. That's a huge win. Once you turn 50, you start to lose about 1% of bone density per year. So resistance training is one of the best ways to kind of combat that. And like I love hearing clients say like that their joints, they're walking better. Like it doesn't hurt to get out of bed in the morning anymore. Like that type of thing. That's really cool. I would say focus on that. Like Caitlin was saying, the scale is so. It's so up and down. There's a lot of things like women going through their menstrual cycle are going to put on some water weight. Like people who have high sodium in their diet are going to put on some water weight. Like there's a lot of different factors. So that's kind of why we're making this episode, to give you information on things that you can focus on that we took years to start to focus on. Like hopefully we can give you some information that resonates with you. I know personally, like it was tough at first because all I wanted to do was look better, like aesthetic was my goal, and now it's definitely more focused on feeling better, and like my nutrition is kind of where I'm putting my focus on, and like I think just trying to make little things better, whether it's eating one less slice of pizza, or maybe not having so many alcoholic beverages on the weekend, like things like that. Those are forms of progress that show us that you're getting healthier and show yourself, and that's a huge win.
Yeah, and going with that, like, you know, with the eating and with maybe staying on track better on the weekend, stuff like that. Like I've had clients come in and be like, "Oh, Taylor, I'm so upset. I didn't lose any weight this week." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what did you do well this week?" And I said, "Well, I did make it to 3 workouts. I was eating better. I did drink more water, and I did feel better at work. I'm like, well, those are all great units of measurement. Don't worry just about the scale. If you're doing all those things that you weren't doing before, like that is still a win. You're still making progress, and that's only going to basically compound over time. After doing that stuff every week, you will see the progress. You just have to kind of embrace the process on which you're on. And just to give you a couple examples, like things that I've noticed with my kind of journey as when I started working out was, you know, it was all kind of about like wanting to look better, like Austin said, but I actually took a picture the other day, a progress picture, and I had about 5.5 years difference. And I weigh almost exactly the same, and I look almost exactly the same. And I work out 5 to 7 days a week, really, really intense, with a lot of weights. And I have gotten a lot stronger. And when I look back at the person 5.5 years ago, and even though he looks the same, and visually, when you're looking at somebody, oh, he weighs the same, looks the same, he hasn't made any progress. But that kid couldn't do handstands, couldn't do muscle ups, couldn't do barbell snatches, couldn't do clean and jerks. He couldn't run a mile. You know, I had no cardiovascular endurance whatsoever, and I'm sitting here training people, taking them through circuits that I couldn't even do. So I wanted to be able to do what they could do, and I started changing the way I was training. And now, you know, back then I really wanted to be kind of like a bodybuilder, men's physique, but I didn't think I was good enough. So I was mentally kind of beating myself up, thinking that I wasn't good enough, comparing myself to others, like they said. And now I'm confident about my fitness. I feel amazing. I have way more energy. I eat a lot better. And I'm confident enough. I've done, I think, probably 6 CrossFit competitions. One of the fittest men in Michigan and one of the fittest people in North America, top 2%. So that was a huge accomplishment for me. So that was my unit of measurement, is even though I look the same and I weigh the same, I'm a completely different athlete and person. My lifestyle has changed completely. I can do 10 times more than I could before. So that is what we try to teach, that lifestyle transformation. And just think about this for a second. You know, people are always dead set, oh, I want to lose 40 pounds, I want to lose 40 pounds, I want to lose 40 pounds. What happens when you get there? Like Caitlin said, like, what do you do then? Like, what do you actually truly care about? Like, do you actually truly care about being 40 pounds lighter? Or do you actually truly care about being confident, having more energy, having less stress, having good quality relationships with your friends and your family and your kids, like feeling good about yourself? You know, those are the things, and striving toward a better quality life. That should be the overall goal. Setting a goal as far as weight is just one little thing that can help keep you on track. It's basically its only purpose. Only purpose is to get you started and maybe measure a little bit of a unit of measure to help keep you on track. That's about it. But at the end of the day, I don't really care about how much I weigh. I care about being the best possible version of myself that I can be. So I want to try to inspire others to improve their health and feel as good as I do. You know, be able to accomplish all the things that I can accomplish in a day because I have great endurance and physical and mental energy. My mental toughness has gotten so much better because, you know, every single workout you do, you're putting your body through a little bit of stress, and that stress compounds over time and makes you tougher. So that way, when something comes up at work that would normally really, you know, tick you off or upset you, you're able to deal with it easier. If you get in an argument with somebody at home, like your kids or your spouse, you're able to resolve it easier or get over it faster because you're stronger mentally. Like, you can deal with stresses and things in life so much easier. One thing that was really cool that I had heard was you cannot be depressed and work out at the same time. It's impossible. So if you're stressed out, or if you're super upset, or if you're depressed about something, you come in and do a workout, it's literally impossible to be upset or depressed. So it can literally boost your mood. Like Austin said, it's like the best thing that you can do just to feel better. Like Caitlin said, you know, she could feel like crap, super low energy, be exhausted, get a workout in, feel amazing afterward. So that's what we're shooting for. We want to see you guys feel 10 times better about yourself, have more energy, reduce your stress, sleep better, all those positive benefits without just focusing on the scale alone.
So I'm good.
Is that all? Okay. Yep. So I think, let me just check and see if there's any other things that you guys can measure. Another really, really good one is, like if you're coming in and working out and you're not seeing the scale go down, but you go to the doctor's office and your blood pressure is better, your cholesterol is lower, your blood sugar's in a good range, like those are excellent units of measurement. Like at the end of the day, we're trying to basically cure disease. I mean, it's unfortunate that we live in a nation where such a high percentage of people end up the last few years of their life, whether it's 5, 10, 15 years of their life, is spent sick with disease. Heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and it can be avoided. And the problem is nobody's telling you what to do to avoid it. Social media does not do a very good job of telling you what can be done. They can tell you how to put Band-Aid on things, but they don't tell you how to actually prevent it or cure it. And that's kind of what we're here to do, is we truly believe that we can prevent and even cure most diseases. I'm confident in it because I've seen it. I've literally seen somebody come in here, diabetic, and leave non-diabetic. So I've seen somebody have a heart attack, 50 pounds overweight, all of a sudden now they're in the best shape of their life, and they don't have to worry about their heart condition anymore. So that's powerful stuff. That's what we want people to focus on, is longevity. Start setting longer term goals. You can use the scale as a little tiny measurement, maybe get you started or get you fired up about it. I mean, it does feel good if your goal is to lose 10 pounds and you lose it, it feels good. But that's just fuel to keep going and setting a new goal. You will never truly reach your end goal because they'll always be changing. When you achieve one goal, you're going to set a new one, and then a new one, and then a new one. So they're not always going to be scale goals. You're going to want to set goals of, I want to be able to lift this much weight, or I want to be able to do this, do that. And that's important to think about. So we just want we want to see people come in here and set some goals other than just that, and understand that it's a process, and then recognize the wins along that process. And I think you'll feel 10 times better, and you'll stick with it a lot longer, and never have to restart again. We talk about these fad diets and things and weight loss programs. People do them, they get results, they quit, and then all of a sudden they restart it again a year later. And it's an endless cycle. And we want to see that kind of stop. We want to teach people about the lifestyle habits that they need, like the nutrition and the sleep and the water intake and the workout regimen, all that stuff. So we're here to teach you guys all that. So if you're somebody that wants to learn more or needs that little jump start or help, please just feel free to reach out, leave a comment, stop up to the gym, feel free to call us, message any of us on Facebook or Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We try to teach you guys as much about all these topics as we can. Like I said, it's our 23rd episode, so if you go back, we talk about fitness and nutrition and sleep and stress and prepping and planning and all different kinds of things to help you guys start implementing strategies to achieve your goals, live a healthier, happier lifestyle aside from just losing the weight that you want to lose. So until next time, have a wonderful day. Make sure you like and subscribe. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Taylor Hutchinson Fitness. You can follow these guys. I'll let them give you their handles on Facebook and Instagram. What's your...
Facebook, I'm Austin Fritch, last name Fritch. And then on Instagram, I'm at AJFritch5. So.
I am Caitlin Ellis on Facebook and Caitlin Ellis5 on Instagram.
And then I'm Bethany Granovich on Facebook.
Yeah,
GORNOWICZ. And then Instagram is BLG_fitness.
And I'm Taylor Hutchinson, and you can follow us on Taylor Hutchinson Fitness. My Instagram is taylor.hutch14. You can follow me personally. Reach out to any of these guys if you want to learn more about online coaching, personal training. We do over 35 large group training sessions, classes at the gym every single week. So we've got 170 classes a month. So feel free to come check us out if you have any questions. And if you're somebody that's been following us for a while and you already do all these classes and you do coaching with us, please spread the word. Tell somebody else, friend or family member, about what we're doing. Sometimes people just need somebody to inspire them or ask them to join them, and that could be the one thing that gets them into the door. They just need that little push sometimes from a friend or family member. So don't be afraid to share this, tag people in our posts, anything like that. We want to try to help as many people in our community live a happier, healthier lifestyle and learn more about fitness and nutrition. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.